Hi. Okay. Experiencing. Hi, Robin. Hi, Nadira. Hanako Grace. Gemini. I'm going to talk about you. Google Gemini. Amy C. Sarah. Jasmine. Angel. Angel Star. Kay. Bavia. Miriam. Alta 444. Elizar. Carla Girl. Atsuko. Tanji. Thank you, Amy. By the way, I started testing their ari. Okay. I have 4 ramen. I'll record my testing. Okay. Where am I? K, Robin Carr, Lilac, Shelling, Maritz, Tracy, Mo9, Amy C, iCarmy, Simply JJ, Miriam, Jane Klein, Emily Tender, Courtney Jong, Hanako Grace, Neil Vanel, Maritz, MZ Get Real, Teresa, Andy Big Night, Pia, Shelling, Maria, PZ, A Brown, iCarmy, Swelly, Michelle Santiago, Arlene, Christy, RJ Birmingham, Maria, Elaine Salvador, Jane, Mina Pero, Jax, Beatrice, Frances, Jolie APZ, Tickle Lady, Joy, Joyo, Genesis, Crystal, Atsuko Tanji, Silver Star, Arlene, Reg Bear, Gemini, Yvonne, Leah Warburton, S&D, Gloria, Robin Bryce, K. Enoka, Scenery, Anne, Angel Star. Angel Star, hi, she's on Twitch. Yes, he's feeling much better. Because he's like beginning to like be rowdy again. He's never rowdy, but he's like becoming more affectionate and more expressive on what he wants. Um, so yeah, he's feeling better. I had a meeting yesterday. I brought him, and he was like, "Yay, I'm going out of the house." Um, he's playing hard to get though. Yes, he's with my mom. The minute he realizes that I'm about to go online, he left the room. Dodger Girl is on Twitch MLB. Did you try the BTS Oreos? I finally ordered. I had to wait for my mom because she had some things that she wanted to order from Amazon. So so my answer to you is not yet. It will get delivered tomorrow. I had to wait for my mom for some things. Lorena is also on Twitch. Carol, Genesis Benitez, Dean, Kay Anoka, Tracy, Aspen, Lindsay, Culture Creature, IMGG, Lorena, Estella. You need more snacks. Norwegian Ruth Fisher, Nigma Price, Linda, Gemini. Okay, I think I've said hi to everybody. All right. So, is it delicious? I actually saw someone creating like some sort of a smoothie out of the BTS Oreo. So I'm gonna try that once it gets here. So the BTS Oreo sort of became the sweetener of her smoothie, and then she added like different types of Evie. Thank you, Evie. So she added like yogurt, of course, milk. Um, was it strawberry? I can't quite remember. Probably strawberry or probably kiwi. I can't quite remember the fruits that she added. And then, yeah, and then she made a smoothie out of it. And then, of course, some ice and then some whipped cream on top, which I'm not going to do because I don't like. Sweets for me is already a challenge. I'm not really a sweets person. And so a lot of people said, like, you know, it's so sweet. It's sweeter than the original, they said. So that might be a struggle for me, but I'm going to try it. I know Ari, this one it's very, very sweet for me. I don't know if you guys tried it. So this is the first flavor that I've tried. I haven't tried the other flavors, but in my head, I'm like, is everyone, are all the flavors going to be sweet? Because I really am not. Um, I'm not really very much into sweets, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to like it. But let's see. Who knows? I mean, with black coffee, I guess it's gonna work, right? And I like black coffee, so everything is sweet. All the flavors of Ari. So this one I'm already struggling to finish simply because the taste is good. It does taste good. It's just that I'm not into sweets and it's sweet. So that's my problem. Um, let's see. Um, you kind of like the cherry flavor. Okay. Have the Oreo with tea or black coffee. That's what I plan on doing. I'm planning on having black coffee with the Oreo because I said it was really sweet. Um, I tried the berry flavor for the soda and the energy drink. I haven't tried the energy drink. And I haven't tried the ramen either. I'm gonna record my testing of the ramen. I'm gonna try everything all at once. um, Unfortunately, I was only able to get 4 flavors because the rest were sold out. I think there were 6, right? The rest were sold out. I'm gonna try the spicy ones first. Actually, I'm gonna try everything all at once. Um, let's see. The Oreos are so good. It's the sweetener. Ari was just delivered. I'm not into sweets and it's too sweet for me. That's the problem. That's the reason I couldn't finish because it was really sweet. It was really sweet. The thing is that I like fruits that are sweet, but not this. Not when it's processed food, I guess. The ramen is sweet to me. I'm a savory girl. Okay, the ramen Ari is so good. Didn't expect that at all. Okay, that's good. Let's see. I'm gonna provide a feedback. There are 7 ramens. Okay, so I wasn't able to get 3. I got 4. The rest were sold out. I'm gonna wait for those to be available, and then I'm gonna try and get it. Um, I gave all the flavors to my son and his GF. Lucky son. Is it ramen or is it just more like pasta? They call it the soupless ramen. So more like pasta. Okay, so we do have quite a number of things to discuss, and don't worry, I do have some emotional support picks for you guys. Um, and then on Monday, so as you know, my we are trying to gather as much of the fan cams as we could because we miss a lot. There are 7 people on stage, and most of the time not most of the time. I guess half of the time they actually disperse to different places. And then if we're not watching live, or even if we are watching live, I mean, I was talking about the concert. I'm talking about the concert. You're not really. I mean, I can only concentrate on really what's right in front of me. And when I after I watched the concert the first time, I realized that the only way that I can really make the most out of me watching the concert is to really concentrate on who's right in front of me. if they are all dispersed, I'm just gonna concentrate who's right in front of me. Because if I try to capture everybody, I'm gonna end up missing everyone else. Like all of them. I'm gonna end up missing all of them. So I'm just gonna when I'm watching the live concert, I'm like, okay, whoever is in front of me, I'm just gonna concentrate on that. But that means I'm missing everybody else. So thank God for the fan cams, because that is they are saving me. I'm missing so much. And so we're gathering as much of the fan cams as we can. And as I've said, I'm asking permission from the owners at the very least to inform them that I'm going to be editing everything together in one video. But we are going to try and put together something by Monday or by Wednesday next week, at least a portion of it, a portion for each member, so that we can get a glimpse of what they do now. Just as a warning, naturally, there are some members with, I guess, better photographers, better videographers. And then there are also more some members that are more active in sending me stuff about the member. And so for them, of course, I have more materials, but I'm trying to be as fair as I could. If a certain member, if I don't have a lot of materials of a certain member, we are trying to actually actively look for it, not just rely on those that are being sent to me. Okay, so we will try to give you a little something by next week, by Monday. Okay. If not in the live stream, then we will do it via, or maybe I'll debut it in the live stream and then upload it um as a separate video for everybody else. Okay. Um all right. So that's the exciting thing. Let us see. I love multi-view this way. Get to see what isn't on the main screen, which surprisingly is a lot. There's a lot. Yeah. I like the butter ones. Okay, let's see. And admittedly, one of the advantages of the fan cams is that when it is the solo fan base of a member, there's a little bit more love into it, right? So that's the at least I'm getting the perspective of the fan bases that are really very much into that member. So I'm getting sort of the best of that member, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, let us start with, oh my god, there's so many. I guess let's start with Bang Shiyuk, and then let's go into Google Gemini, and then let's go to emotional support pics, and then news and updates. Okay? Sounds good. Video, wow, thank you. Yeah. Does RM have a fan cam person? I Were you the one who asked me? Yes. So he does have many fan cams, but I am only following fan cams that I have known for a while. And the two fan sites, solo fan sites of RM that I used to follow became inactive. And that's normal, life takes over. So they became inactive, just like the fan site, original fan site of JK, Snow Peach. She became inactive, probably because life took over. But um, so I do sort of consume a lot of RM fan bases. It's just that I'm not following any of it until I become familiar with one, at the very least until I see RM actually acknowledging at least one of them. So when I see RM acknowledge someone, then I will start following that person. For all the other fan cams that I'm following, and they're not a lot, the members have actually acknowledged them, meaning they've looked straight into her camera. For Jungkook, he's actually spoken to one of the fan cams, to one of the fan sites while in the middle of the concert. And the same thing is true for V. He's actually spoken to her. He's signed his camera. Same thing for J Hope. For Adonis, he's actually signed her camera. So those are the signs that I'm looking for. When the member approves of this solo fan base, then I will follow. So for the moment, I'm not going to mention any RM fan base until I see one which RM has acknowledged. But I consume a lot. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go to I heard Snow Peach. I love Adonis. Yeah, she's great. She's great. And then the one for Jin as well. Okay, so the ones that I follow, I love them because they've been acknowledged by the members themselves. Okay. Um let us talk about Hybe. So this is actually when I learned that he was actually that they're going to do the town hall, a joint town hall, UMG and Hybe. I realized, wow, if Bang Shio can't go to the US, the US is coming to Bang Shio. Although in all fairness to Lucian Grange, he's actually on a tour. He went, I think he came from or going to, no, he came from Japan. So he came from Japan and then went to Seoul, Korea. So I think he's going around the different main partners or locations for music. So Japan, South Korea. So, but still, I mean, for him to do this, I thought, wow, Bang Shio can't leave South Korea, so the US is coming for coming to Bang Shio. What can I say? um, Sugar fan base? Yeah, I have a Sugar fan base. I'm following one. Yeah, yes, I am following one. It's the easiest is if you go to my X profile. If you have an X profile, if you go to my X profile, you can actually see who are the ones I am following. So yes, I am following. I'm gonna show you. Um, so Adonis, Nuna V, Black and White, Snow Peach, Park Jam Jam, A Little Braver for Jen, um, Miss Minstery 0309. I can't quite remember. I can't memorize her name, the fan base of Suga, because I think she changed it. She used to go by a different name. I could be wrong. Anyway, but yeah, it's Minstery 0903. That's the fan base. Okay, Bang PD fan base. Can I share the fan base? Yes. Okay. I just closed it, but I can certainly do that. Give me 1 second. Okay. So I'll share this with you. Okay, so if you go there you go. That's better. So if you go to my followers, sorry, if you go to my profile on X and then you go to following, you'll see A Little Braver 92. That is Jin's fan base, ALB 92 JP. So that's Jin fan base, one of the long time oldest fan bases out there. Park Jam Jam is also one of the oldest fan bases. Snow Peach. This is the one for Jungkook. However, she's currently inactive. So prior to them doing a sorry for almost the entirety of the hiatus, she has been inactive. I actually unfollowed her a while. I'm talking about Snow Peach. I actually unfollowed her. And then she posted December of last year. So I followed her again and then she hasn't posted again. So I'm assuming, she's probably still very much supporting JK. It's just that life took over. Okay, so this is for Suga, Minstery 0309. Also one of the long-term fan bases there are. BTS Memories, they're very good in translating and they're kind of fast. And then Adonis, this is for J Hope. Also one so almost all of her cameras have been signed by J-Hope. Nuna V for V, same with J-Hope. V has actually signed her camera and V has spoke to her in public, like in front of everybody else. V has spoken to her. I know that she earns a lot of ire, but V loves her. Black and White, this is for Jimin and Jungkook. So I know this account also gets a lot of ire because she supports the two members. But Jungkook has actually spoken to her in the middle of a concert, communicated with her, spoke with her. So, you know. Okay, and then Jack Sal, just because I think he's a staff member. Okay. So all of that, those are the ones that I follow. Okay, let's go back. All right, let's go. Black and white for Gemini. Yes, I don't follow any fan base. Okay, I've seen Min's theory camps. They're really good. Yes, she's a long term. Okay, let's go to Bang Shiyuk. Okay, so there the discussion is intentionally high level. They did not really go into detail in terms of the programs, the tactics, what are the things that we can expect next. That's not where the conversation actually went. It was really high level, more strategic. What kind of partnership do they actually have? The results that they have so far gotten based from the partnership and the experiments that they've been doing. But still, the discussion on the result has been high level. Okay, so this is more really business, founded on business. So if this is not your jam, I guess, okay, it's not your jam. But that's just how the discussion actually went. Okay, so for Bang Shiyuk, he really spoke about how his mission is really grounded on creating value for fans through music and staying on that purpose, on that mission through all the industry changes, all the noise, all the challenges, all the things that the industry is going through, that Hybe is going through, and he is going through. That's like his anchor. He wants to continue creating value for fans through music. Okay. So we will expound on that. He kind of actually talked about that in detail. Grange, the CEO of UMG, talked about AI. Okay, but not because he wants to talk about AI, but because he wants to demonstrate exactly how we are in another crossroad, and we the choice is actually sort of on us users, on human beings. We can, just like how we hated social media when it was beginning, we have two choices. We either adapt or we get eaten by it, just like how social media has been out of control, right? Okay, so he said that AI would unlock new opportunities. Great music and great people would remain the center at every successful music company, but he is more than willing to utilize AI for as long as, according to him, it is used the right way. We will talk about that in detail as we go through the presentation. Okay, next. So initially, when they opened, they sort of discussed how they got into music, how they fell in love with music, their experiences navigating the industry during the early days of their career, and their observation on how technology has changed and how human behavior has been changing. Okay, okay. Now, Lucian Grange said that regardless of where you work or what responsibilities you have, according to him, he said, without music, there is nothing. My management philosophy is simple: surround yourself with great music and great people. Okay, so that's his like grand opening. It's not really opening statement, but close to the beginning of the discussion. And then Bang Shiyuk, on his part, said, I believe companies should solve real problems for society through the essence of their business. And this is um, very similar or very close to the principle of the courage to be disliked. If you've ever, um, if you've ever if you've ever read the book, the courage to be disliked, it's kind of talking about this thing where you as a person, the biggest contribution you can do for society if you really want to change the world is by starting on yourself. So affect the things that are around you, things that you can um, actually affect and use. So your home, your relationship with your family, your friends, your own work. try not to be a burden for anybody else, try not to be borrowing money or relying on people to support you emotionally, physically, financially. If you can start with that, then and then everyone else is doing that, then the load will be lighter for everybody else. So that's kind of the same principle that Bang Shiyuk is applying on Hybe. He's saying that the way Hybe is contributing to the society is by making sure that they do their business well. So I believe companies should solve real problems for society through the essence of their business. So you manage your business well, and that's how you can affect society. The way we do that is through music. Fans often experience loneliness, hardship, and uncertainty, and music can provide comfort, happiness, and strength. We must remain true to our core purpose and to our true core purpose and become a company that gives people a reason to keep going through music. Okay. Next. So, after talking about their own principle, they kind of talked about what inspired them or sort of what got them interested in becoming partners. So, Bang said that, according to Grange, Bang has a very unique position as a CEO, as a chairman of a conglomerate. He said that he has the unique position of being both a creative and a business leader because, as you know, Bang Shiyuk actually started as a producer. He's actually a composer and a producer. That's why his nickname is Hit Man because he knew how to create hits. One of his long-term partner, one of the artists that he regularly wrote for, I can remember her face, but I can't remember her name. She's a soloist and she's a balladeer. And when she started, it's come to me. It'll come to me. So when he started writing music for BTS, when BTS actually started, when they debuted, Bang Shiyuk sort of said goodbye to her. He said something like, "I won't be able to write music for you anymore because I need to concentrate on BTS." So that's kind of like the kind of partnership that he has already established with many writers, with many groups or acts that he performed, that he used to partner with. It's very, very close that he had to personally say goodbye to them one by one when he started BTS, when BTS debuted, when things became very, very busy. Didn't he write for JYP too? Yes, that's how he got his start. He was actually helping JYP with JYP. Okay. And then Grange actually said something very profound and I think sort of encapsulates everything that he has talked about, everything that they talked about in that town hall, and also everything that he has been talking about in all the interviews that he's been giving in the last 5 years, and that we create culture. So these are the people behind music, behind artists. He said that we're actually creating culture, which is a big, big claim, but sort of true that from music, you can actually create an entirely different culture. It may be grounded in current culture that certain ethnicities have or whatever, but it can create a different culture. Okay. Her name is Beck Ji Young. There you go. You see, someone knows Beck Ji Young. Okay. That's the former partner, writing part, not writing partner, but that's one of the singers, artists that Bang Shiyuk used to write music for regularly. Okay. Um, Now, Bang Shiyuk, on the other hand, said that many leaders, this is the reason he decided to work with Grange, is that many leaders work to build successful companies, but Sir Lucian Grange has consistently worked to move the music industry forward. So, according to him, when Grange thinks of something, he's not just thinking about Universal. He's actually thinking about how this is going to affect the entire music industry. And then Sir Lucian Grange said that Bang has built a truly unique company and creative culture. He combines strategy with emotions and intuition, and I believe that's a major reason for his success. And he's going to actually substantiate this as we go along. Okay. All right. So, what the hell? Wait. What is this? Okay. So so this is when I know this. Good thing I actually do my own slides. So 2017, this is the history of their partnerships. So in 2017, um this is when they first started partnering, and this was for a distribution deal with BTS, not a distribution deal. Oh yeah, it was a distribution deal with BTS, but only in Japan. So this is the first sort of partnership that they had. Now in 2021, they expanded that partnership to include other acts and other areas. Okay. And then 2024 is when they actually forged a partnership that would eventually become Cat's Eye. Okay. So through Geffen, so Universal, Geffen is under Universal, they forged a partnership and they formed Cat's Eye. Okay. All right. Late to the redacted version. I don't know why it got redacted. There's nothing bad about it. Okay. And then as part of the partnership, as part of this partnership, with Weavers, they actually we Universal actually has a minority stake in Weavers now. So minority is like less than 1%, but at least they have some ownership. Now 2024 June, I don't know what's with the redaction. So 2024 June is when they launched Cat's Eye through the Academy, Dream Academy. And then 2026, they will be launching the second girl group, which is Saint Santine. Interesting story about Saint Santine. Many of you did not watch the Dream Academy. There was actually a portion, there was a section there when Bang Shiyuk was talking about, he said he was tempted to change the percentage of, no, to change how they were going to determine the winners, because apparently, at least from what he was saying, there were some members who were going to make it into the final lineup that I guess he didn't quite agree with, or at least there were some members that he liked more that weren't getting voted in by the public. However, because he promised that um he was that the winners were going to be determined, that the lineup is going to be determined primarily through voting, he said, okay, I'm just gonna let it happen. But he said that, like, I was tempted to change how the final lineup was going to be determined, because there were some members that he felt should have gotten in that weren't going in. Now, there are some talks on who those people were anyway. So I guess that the three members that made it into Saint Santine were the three members that he would have wanted to go in if he had his way with Cat's Eye. Okay. Anyway, I don't know why there is a redaction. Let me. I don't understand this. The thing is, I can't show it to you. I can't upload it now because it's just going to. I'm so pissed of this. Okay, wait. Maybe I can do it this way. Okay. Sorry about this. I don't understand why there is a redaction. Let me see if there's any more redaction here. um Strange. Okay, let me do it this way. I will. Sorry about this. Okay. It's all your text box. No, I don't know why um Google Slides actually did this. So I do all of my slides on Google Slide. My guess is that because of all the updates that they are doing, they're heavy on updates in the last starting the beginning of the year. They've been really doing a lot of updates, and I guess it's sort of messing up the system. That's just how it goes, because we constantly get notification from them to inform them um, if there's anything that's going wrong, because they said that they are um, doing a lot of changes. Okay, so let me see. There's another slide that they blocked off. Might as well do everything in one go. Okay. Okay, here. So this is the slide. The two companies reported their latest quarterly result on the same day, last April, and both cited that a huge chunk of the reason that they have actually good results is BTS. So they said it. I did not say it. They said it. Okay, so for Hybe, for the first quarter revenue, they reported 477 million for Q1 of 2026, which is a 39.5% year-on-year increase. And that was according to them, it was driven by the sixth studio album of Arirang. And I think the most amazing thing, not amazing, but like the impressive thing is that in the first quarter, the tour hasn't started. The only thing that they were able to accomplish in the first quarter was the promotion for the first tour. So the Guangwamun was April, so that would be reported in second quarter. So the earnings that they have from Netflix will be second quarter, and then they began the tour second quarter. Okay. um Next, and then for Universal, by the way, they also did a rebrand. This is the new logo of Universal Music Publishing Group. Okay. And that's their new tagline, a world ahead. Okay. They generated 3.39 billion for Q1 of 2026, and that is an 8.1% increase year on year. Now, and they did say in their report that a huge part of that is BTS. Okay. So this actually also gives you a good idea on how far Hybe is from Universal in terms of revenue. They are the first quarter revenue of Hybe, despite the 39.5% year on year increase, is 477 million. On the other hand, first quarter of Universal is 3.39 billion. Okay, so that's far. That's one way of looking at it. Second, another way of looking at it is the fact that Hybe is still a startup in the US. It's barely 5 years old in the US, I think 6 or something like that. So, and it's already the fourth largest music label in the world. So, although it is far, it is still pretty impressive for them to get that close to Universal. Universal is the biggest label in the world. Okay. So both actually credited BTS for the increase in their revenue for Q1. Okay. Now, Bang said that Grange said that Bang has the ability to guide the music industry. Sorry, according to Bang, Grange has the ability to guide the music industry through period of disruption. So one of the things that um, we need to understand is how Grange, this is the head of Universal, is trying to he's actually spearheading a lot of the deals and also laying the groundwork on how to establish guidelines on how AI is going to be using music. Okay. So before I jump, sorry. So before that, um Grange has been one of the learnings of Universal, one of the things that Universal learned from Weverse or from Hybe is the super fan concept. So he has been for the last 3 years, he has been actively searching for partnerships that would allow their singers, their artists, facilities and resources to get closer to their fans. So aside from having a stake in Weavers, he also bought um, the station head. He acquired a portion of station head. And then he also acquired Even, which is also a super fan platform. Okay, so what sets Even different from Weavers? Okay, so Even can do many of the things that Weavers can, but the one advantage that they have is the white labeling. So Even Studio, I can white label their system and use their system to communicate with my fans. Meaning, when I use it, for example, if I'm a singer or I'm a band, I use their system, you're not going to see their brand. You're not going to see Even Studio. You are going to see it's going to be branded as yours. Okay. So that is the main difference, the unique selling proposition of Even and what sets them apart from other platforms. Okay. Now, other than that, they also Even socials, it's also they are integrated into social platforms, so they can connect with different social platforms, so they can get data from different social platforms. And so, for example, if they have a fan on X that's constantly mentioning them, that is consuming content related to them, them meaning an artist, then an artist can actually get in touch with that person and invite that person to be a part of their community. Okay, so those are the two main differences. Other than that, they also have a marketplace, so they can sell different merch and stuff like that. Okay, so that is the one of the biggest move of Universal outside of partnering with Hybe. Now, October 2025 memo, Grange sent one to everybody, all the employees and stakeholders of Universal, saying that the company would never license any AI model built on an artist's voice or existing songs or IP without the artist's consent. So he's saying that he's starting to make moves. He has been starting to make moves towards working with AI companies, but he's never ever going to work with an AI company in relation to an artist if the artist does not approve. So consent to him is the baseline for his partnerships with different AI companies. Okay, so through here is the I downloaded this. Okay, so here is that slide that is redacted. Okay. So UMG has actually struck an AI agreement with partners including YouTube, TikTok, and Meta, while pursuing litigation against AI music generators like Suno, which they accuse of training their using their catalog to train their AI. So I think I've told you about their partnership with Spotify. They are now allowing, if you opt in, if a singer actually opts in, then they can use it, me as a person, I can remix that song using AI on Spotify. Okay. And then the earnings, if anybody listens to my remix, the earnings still goes to the artist. So if I do it, it's going to be purely because I love doing it. Okay. All right. So they've also done that with TikTok, with YouTube, and Meta, but currently they're suing Suno. Suno is kind of the same thing. It allows you to create music, to produce music using AI. Now, they, Warner, of the three majors, Warner has already signed a deal with Suno, but UMG has not. So there's something there. I don't know. Okay, I'll talk about that in a separate live stream. But there's something there in what Suno did that has gotten UMG pissed enough to not pursue a partnership, considering they have pursued partnerships even with YouTube. I'll discuss YouTube later. Okay, next. No more redaction. I've checked it. Okay, so they said, Sir Lucian Grange said that what Hybe has achieved across its artists, platforms, and global business is extraordinary. The vision, determination, and creativity behind that success are exceptionally rare. It's been a privilege to build this partnership together. So, so far, Hybe has not really indicated whether any of their artists, including BTS, actually consented to the AI partnership with Spotify. Okay, because remember, it will not be available to premium subscribers. That service, for the service, the feature that allows you to remix the songs in Spotify if the artist consents, that is another tier. So there's a special payment for that. But Hybe has actually, and even in this discussion, Hybe has not said whether any of their artists has already consented to that. Okay, but UMG sort of highlighting that if they ever do, if we ever see that, then we're going to, then we can safely say that it is because the artists consented to it. Okay. Now, for Hybe, those are the movements of Universal in the last several years, primarily towards AI. For Hybe, their movement is primarily expansion and also changing the pattern of artist to fan consumption. Okay, let's discuss that. First, 2025 April, they opened Hybe China. September of the same year, they opened Hybe India. 2026 November, they injected, that is not November, this is the beginning of 2026, they injected 100 million into the US arm, Hybe America. Okay, so that is why there was a negative report in their net profit for the last for the last quarter of 2025. Okay, so in all of this, obviously the biggest subtext, as I've mentioned, is AI. So Grange is he kind of recognizes that there's just nothing we can do about AI. So the same way there was really nothing we weren't able to do anything about social media. And so the same thing is true with AI. There's nothing we can do about it. And so he's trying to figure out a way on how to use AI for the benefit of the artist. That is what he's saying. He argued that audiences they still want music created by humans, but AI can be used to enhance creativity rather than replace it. That's how he operates. He thinks, he believes, and I believe too, that at the end of the day, people will connect with art that is created by other people. But there is a way, there is a role that AI can actually pursue. Okay, so before he actually went to Seoul, Korea, he delivered another talk where he actually talked about that. The future moves, or not the future moves, the moves that they are making now in order to secure the position of AI in music in the next 10, 20 years. Okay, he said that in the beginning of the streaming war, so for many of us, we were already very much alive when this happened. When streaming was introduced to the market, that is Spotify, streaming in general, there was a war with Napster. A lot of music fans and a lot of labels and a lot of artists were actually against it because they felt that for fans, many felt like this when I buy the music, it is mine, and you have no business telling me what I'm going to do with that music. Because that has always been how we operated with music. We buy a vinyl, we play it, that is mine. So no matter what I do with that, you actually have no say on that because that's my property. In streaming, you actually don't own it. You're streaming, so you're kind of renting it so they can take it away from you. Now, you can download it, but still theirs because the metadata is there. The minute you use it for anything else, they can go after you. Okay. So during that time, when all of this were happening, It was actually Grange who went forward and said, I am going to go to each of the streaming platform and I am going to strike a deal. He was the first one who did it. Everyone else was trying to fight it. He went to them and strike a deal. Now, he said though that I'm not going to strike a deal with one. I'm going to strike a deal with everybody else. And his principle, and he was highly criticized during that time, especially by other artists. And his principle was that it is inevitable. If there's anything that we learned from Napster, is that there is really nothing we can do once the system is in place. So while the system is still taking place, while it's still evolving, while it's still taking roots, might as well integrate ourselves into it so that we have some control over what's going to happen. Let us not do another Napster where we had to drag the guy into the Supreme Court just so we can have him stop what he's doing. Okay. All right. So now he's doing the same thing with AI. He strike a deal with Spotify for AI. It has to be opt-in. The protection, they are protecting the artist voice, likeness, and identity. Nil, name, image, and likeness. There is a revenue sharing scheme there. And he said that he really wants to maintain human creativity as the central in the music experience. Okay. The matrix is inevitable. Yes. Okay. So this is consistent with what Hybe is actually pursuing now. I am sure that those who went to, well, actually, everybody, all armies would be familiar with the Google Gemini X BTS The City partnership, right? Okay. I'll be discussing that in detail in a while. But in essence, this program puts BTS as the center of the experience and Gemini as this utility to help armies experience BTS. It's not the other way around. So AI is being used by BTS and by Big Hit so that it will allow the fans to discover BTS, discover activities related to BTS, access the activities, um, hype up their own experience and other things like that. So they are consistent when it comes to putting the artist and the art at the center, making sure or making some effort to make sure that AI actually serves music, not the other way around. Okay. Now, what was implied? Bang Shiuk specifically was very careful in explaining or in talking about AI. So, but what was clear is that he did make it very, very obvious that he's using AI as a tool. He's learning how to use AI to serve music and human experience rather than allowing people to use music and human experience to serve AI. Okay, that he was very clear in the talk. Um, Now, this is me talking, not them. I feel that the main subtext in one of the main talking points in this discussion is the emphasis on the battle against AI. I don't think that we are in a battle against AI, and I think that's what Grange is saying, and that's how Hybe is actually operating. Bang Shiok is operating. Just like we have never been in a battle against social media. We have always been in a battle against other human beings who are more than willing to use these tools, AI, social media, other technologies, to serve their own purpose. So when people reject AI, when we rejected social media in the beginning, what happened was that there is a subset of humans. There's a section, there are other human beings who are like, well, if you're not going to use it, I will. So, and they did for social media. And they were the ones who ended up benefiting from all of it, from the narrative, from the money, the business, all of it. Now, the same thing is happening with AI. There will always be other human beings who will say, if you don't like AI, I will use it for my benefit. And then you guys can just be poor, be miserable because you've never supported it in the first place. And I have always been an advocate of AI for certain things because I do think it has an advantage. There are, for example, for poor, I guess, underprivileged families, for example, who can't afford tutoring. AI will now provide a way for them to research things for as long as they are able to discern how to balance their research. It's a good thing for them. Okay, so that's just an example. Okay, now going back to Hybe, this is how they are changing and transitioning. It used to be artist, album, and then tour, right? That's how they that's the cycle of their business. You have an artist, they will release an album and then they will tour and then go back again, release an album and then they will tour. So it's just a cycle. Now, Hybe, according to Bang Shiyuk, has changed that. It has now become artist, community, identity, and lifestyle. And in that, touring is just one of the many things they could actually monetize and many ways that they can connect with the fans. Okay. So, as a proof, of course, the model, the first one that actually tested that model, that business model, is BTS. So it started with BT21, that's a lifestyle brand, and then other things followed. We have Tiny Tan, we have the novel Seven Fates Chacos. And then we, of course, have Weavers, and that started with BTS as well. There's a little bit of history there, which I will discuss later on. There were actually two platforms that were being used. One was um, for BTS and then another for TXT, and Weavers was actually used for TXT. And then I guess TXT, the features that on Weavers work better, and so they migrated everybody. But anyway, that's a different story. And then you have BTS the city Arirang. You have Indus for gaming, you have Google Gemini for AI experience, and then you have the brand Ari. So this is kind of where everything all the artists of BTS, sorry, all the artists of Hybe, this is where they are headed. It's going to be a full package. Everyone is going to develop their own physical city takeover. They're going to have their own lifestyle brands like Ari, like BT21, Tiny Tan, their own novel. And then they're going to have a communication and different activities with their fans on Weavers. And then you are going to have partnerships with Google, Gemini, or maybe they're going to create their own in the future in order to guide people on how to experience and understand the artist. And then you have gaming, metaverse experience like in the SOM. Okay. So that's the new model. Now, Grange did say towards the end that his conversations with Bang Shiyuk is really not transactional. It's more strategic. So when the two of them talk, they're talking high level strategy, and then that gets cascaded down to the people below them, working with them in order to implement that. That's the relationship that they have. It's always big picture discussion. And he also said something very, very uh, revealing. He actually said that Bang is not a deal maker. He said that he's a strategic thinker, but he's not a deal maker. And and that is very telling because UMG actually does not need Hybe. So they are working with Hybe simply because they think that Hybe is providing them something that others aren't doing. Specifically, Hybe is one of the few companies that actively build new business models, and others are not doing that. If you think of, SM Entertainment and YG, they're kind of doing the same, they're kind of following the same marketing and business strategy they have been doing in the last decade. While Big Hit or Hybe is actually creating new business models. Okay. Now, this is very revealing when he said that Bang is not a deal maker. He's a strategic thinker. And I think that is one of the reasons Bang has always, number one, that is probably one of the reasons he stepped down as the CEO of Hybe and Hybe America and decided to concentrate on being a chairman because he thinks big, he thinks strategic ideas rather than implementing them. And then he hires people that are good in making deals, right? Say what you want about, for example, Scooter Braun. He's a deal maker. And in fact, the partnership with Geffen is one of the deals that he penned. Bang Shiyuk needs people like that. So Yi Jae-sang, the current CEO of Hybe America, this guy from they hired the guy that used to work for CAA, I think. He's the one who's in charge of the deals, brand deals, not just brand deals, but any kind of partnership of different artists of Hybe. He needs people like that because he thinks big and then he tells people, okay, put that in action. This is what I want to happen. This is what I think we should do. Put that in action. So um, specifically that hire, I think it's CAA. He used to work for CAA. He was an agent, one of the biggest agents in CAA. And now he's in charge of sealing partnerships for different artists under Hybe. That's how he thinks. So I'll do the big thinking, you do the execution. And it's good that UMG actually recognizes it because it's not it it's once in a lifetime to find a person who actually thinks big and knows his limitation. It's once in a lifetime. Okay. Now, so they did acknowledge that the partnership started with BTS, but it has long progressed beyond BTS since 2014. So we now have Cat's Eye. It's a great, huge success that even they are kind of surprised with the success of Cat's Eye. And then Weverse, of course, they have partnership in Weverse. They have the global distribution system. They have global promotions. So that's one of the main things, another one of the main sort of clue that they provided because they mentioned promotion. So I think UMG is going to become more active in the promotion of Hybe artists in America. Again, this is high level, so they didn't really provide any kind of detail on that, but that is a hint when he mentioned promotion because as we know, they were really strictly about distribution in the earlier part of their partnership. So they didn't really mess a lot with it. They did some, but now I think they're going to start becoming more active in the promotion. So hopefully we really see the fruit of that. Okay, this is my prediction. I think that as they progress in their partnership, as Hybe progress in redesigning how they do business, it is now artist community identity lifestyle as they move towards this. I also think that there will be artists that will be a hit on the lifestyle side of things. And then there are artists that will be a bigger hit on the direct music interaction. So albums, um, touring. And then once in a while, you will have artists like BTS who will connect in all areas and also create new ways of connections for other artists to explore. And I think that's really, to this day, the biggest advantage of BTS because they found one artist that is just a hit across the board. You can have certain artists who are a hit on certain areas. So, for example, um, I guess Stray Kids, maybe Stray Kids, like they're a huge hit when it comes to concerts, right? They've sold out their tour, their last tour, but they are yet to make significant leap towards consumer branding. They have brand partnership, but they haven't gotten really to a point where they have been able to establish a brand like BT21 and how BTS is establishing ARI. Now, that is going to take time. I mean, BTS just started with ARI, and Stray Kids is what, 8 years old? I think 7 years old. So they might get there. But that is for now an example. They are hit in the music direct interaction, but not yet on the lifestyle side of things. And then you have other groups that are more into lifestyle, like Blackpink. Um, they are great. They're big compared to other K-pop artists, but they are not that big when it comes to streaming and when it comes to touring. So you have artists like that. One will be a hit in lifestyle, one will be a hit in more in the music, direct music interaction. And then once in a while, you'll probably have a brand or a group like BTS who can cut across all utilities and all platforms and all touch points. Okay. I do think that the next big push is going to be Cordis. They did not actually mention Cordis in their discussion. They barely mentioned Cat's Eye. Definitely didn't mention SSERAFIM and other groups. But I just feel like with the way that they were talking about promotions, about building an identity, I do think they are going to, this is the next big push for them. I think the advantage of Cordis is that a lot of the things that they will end up doing, BTS has already tested. And BTS managed to test a lot of those marketing strategies without the help of UMG. So once the facility and the network of UMG comes into play, it's going to be better for them. But I do think it is Cordis that is next. Okay. I think Big Hit actually got it right this time. Okay, another one. I think Hybe is going to do better for AI for music in this like battle, their drive to use AI for music. I think Hybe is going to do it better than UMG because Hybe's approach is cultural while UMG's approach is transactional. So what do I mean by that? Okay. So if you think about it, Hybe starts with the artist and then develop AI programs to connect with fans more. One example would actually be um, BTS partnership with Google Gemini. So it started with BTS's tour. It started with their story. It started with their music, their lyrics, the different activities that they have. And then they went to AI and said, okay, we have all of this. What can you do for the fans in order to guide them so that they experience all of this and share their experience to the world and also enhance their understanding of the music of BTS? That's how the partnership actually came to be. The Gemini is being used in order to connect all the different loose elements of BTS music, experiences, stories, spots, current programs that they have. So for now, for Hybe, it's starting always with the artist. What is the art? What does the artist have? And then what do we need so that all of the assets of artists get amplified and get connected to the fans? If you compare that with UMG, it's the other way around. They are starting with the technology. So, okay, I'm going to pursue a partnership with Spotify and then offer it to artists instead of the other way around. So, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that I think in the long run, the more organic approach is going to work better because UMG has a bigger hurdle for them to face. They are going against culture. And we've discussed this many, many times. For the West, and I'm not knocking on the culture of the West, it's just very different from the East. For the West, they're very much, the artist is really more, they view the fans as consumers when it comes to Western music. So your fans, you are consumers, and I am the artist. I have something, and if you buy it, then you want to buy it. As opposed to the East, it's communal. Things are more communal. So many of the community-based efforts, super fan platforms, all of those are really grounded on connection with fans. But if you have artists that don't have that in their culture, they're most likely not going to utilize it. Okay. Do you have question? Bang started with Big Hit because he wanted better for artists than the big three. Anyone else feeling like TXT is the redheaded stepchild of Big Hit and is not getting the same attention? They may be getting what they want, but it kind of feels like they are an afterthought. A lot of people have actually sent me messages about like TXT and to do something like to do a video about TXT and stuff. Um, maybe I should. Maybe I should. I think the biggest um the biggest hurdle, it's really about timing when it comes to TXT, and this is just I think it's all about timing. When TXT debuted, which was what, 7 years, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, BTS was peaking. Well, they still are picking, but like we are seeing BTS unraveling right in front of our eyes, and people have never seen anything like that before, right? So everyone's attention was on BTS. Okay, so that's one. So when they came into view, it was so hard to give them attention because you're still sort of in awe of what BTS is doing, right? You're like, oh my God. So it's like, yeah, you're in awe of something. So it's kind of like hard to to divide your attention. Okay. Now, there was a way around it, but they did not take that route. And another group did. They could have positioned TXT as the competition of BTS. They could have positioned TXT as a competition of BTS. But we know the principle of Big Hit, of Hybe, eventually Hybe, that they don't pity their artists against each other. Another group was actually shameless in doing that. They just positioned themselves as or their agency positioned themselves as the competition of BTS, and they benefited. So I think if had they decided to do it that way, then it would have been a different story. But it was against the corporate principle or whatever. So that's why I think people feel like, oh, they're an outcast or something. Now that we're kind of used to how BTS is, it's still awesome. We're still in awe of what they're doing. But they've been around a while. So we're kind of used to, oh, they do great things. Like we're used to that now. Um so when Cordis came in, people are more welcoming now. It's like, okay, BTS is their own entity now. They're their own that's a different animal altogether. And then you also have a factor of a new generation. This is a new generation of music fans, and they're tapping into that new generation, right? And a generation that BTS is kind of hard, finding it hard to understand. In fact, at least according to RM, I don't think it's hard for Jungkook. He's a natural in that, but I think at least for other, and maybe not even for J Hope, but at least for RM, he's kind of like figuring out this new generation as opposed to Cordis. They are so into it, like they know they are this generation, so it's easier for them to create things and do things and design their promotion and be the kind of people that are, or the kind of artists, not the kind of people necessarily, but the kind of artists that this generation like because they are from that generation. So I think it's like, a perfect storm. That's my take on TXT. But do I think they are not successful? Absolutely. I think they're very, very successful. They're very, very successful. I think the main problem is that they are now being compared to BTS by other people. And the truth is that if you compare anybody to BTS, I do not care how many stadiums you have sold out. If you compare anybody to BTS, they're going to fail. So, but if you measure them without BTS, just by themselves, they're very, very successful. I will argue you take out BTS, you take them out. I think among boy groups, TXT is in competition with Stray Kids. Stray Kids is a little ahead, but they're in competition with Stray as the biggest. If you take out Big Hit, comparison according to Phil, comparison is the thief of joy. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think that is the main problem that people actually compare them to BTS. But I mean, aren't you being unfair to anybody you're going to be comparing with BTS? Well, for Big Hit, I mean for for BTS, for this other group, they were just shameless about positioning themselves as the competition of BTS, and it actually worked. They benefited from it big time. So, I mean, TXT could have gotten that approach. It wouldn't have been pretty. I mean, narratively, it wouldn't have been pretty, but yeah. Okay. Why do you want to do the emotional support picks and then we do Google X Gemini? Sorry, BTS X Gemini. But before that, do you have questions? Of the three groups, I think TXT are the best vocalists. There you go. Uh, Cordis should not be compared to BTS. That is what is annoying about it. I don't think anyone is compared. I mean, there will always be like the annoying haters and the annoying people online, but I think generally they are, which is working to their advantage. I think they are sort of being really differentiated from BTS. The identity is just so different. It's just very, very different. The BTS model can never become clear until after the pandemic. I mean, now I think people in the K-pop industry is realizing they can't compete with BTS, and those that still have the guts to do that is basically shooting themselves on the foot. Yeah, I think after during the pandemic, because BTS was actually going to enlist, people had like a field day trying to position themselves above BTS, and some of them managed to do it for several months. And then BTS came back, and then people kind of realized like, okay, that's how big you are. Like we were under the impression that you weren't that big. Okay. Emotional support pics first. Okay. I actually just saw this online. This picture is not mine. I do have all of it though. But these are all the army bombs that we've had, the light sticks that we've had. What an evolution, right? I do not have the key ring for the current light stick, which I should get. But I don't have that current one. Everything else I have. All of it. All of those things I have them. So it was just when I saw this posted on social media, I was like, this is my journey. Okay. Let's see this. Okay, so let's start with Jen. Uh, okay. I actually don't have any abs pics of Jen, but I do have an abs pic of another member, which I think you're going to like, but you're gonna have to wait until we get there. Okay, this is Jen. That jacket. I know, right? I love the jacket. Okay. That's Jin picture number one. I love this picture. I love this picture. Okay. I feel like Jin plays around a lot. Like like on stage is like the lightest. Like sometimes he goofs around and stuff. Everybody member does that, I think. But he does that more just because that's his personality. So when I see like badass picture of him like this, I really love it. Okay, next. Oh, that's a clearer see-through picture. I hope that next time he loses the tank top. Well, not J-Hope, Jungkook was actually trying, but to get him off, to get the jacket off. But the Mott's version is very bright. The light stick. Okay, and then love this as well. Again, I love action pictures. I love it when someone captures them as they move around the stage, as they dance, because I love pictures that actually tell a story. Okay. That's Jin. Oldest maknae. Is the true maknae. Okay. And that's Jin. Still Jin. No one can pull off that jacket but Jin. If anyone can outside of Jin, it would be Jungkook. um. Okay. Okay, Jin. More Jin. Maknae Soul. The way people talk about their age difference, I'm shocked to find that they are only 5 years apart from oldest to youngest. Yeah, there. Well, in Korea, that's a lot. That's a lot. That actually contributes to a lot of people getting really amazed at the relationship of Jungkook and Jin, because it's not just like a Young Maknae relationship. So, I've been a fan of K-pop and for a long time now, and I've seen a lot of K-pop groups. Usually, it is customary for the oldest Young to take care of the Maknae, for everybody to actually take care of the Maknae. But rarely do you have this kind of like playful dynamic. It's usually like, I will take care of you, but you're gonna have to respect me. It's usually that way. But here, Jin and Jungkook are actually like buddies. They would like really play. It's very, very rare, super rare. This is actually the first time I've seen this happen. Even with Shina, the group that they've mentioned, the group that's been together for like, I guess now for 20 years. The leader and the maknae, and Andy's a maknae, and then the leader is Eric. The leader is Eric. He's not the oldest. There's another one who's older than he is, but he's the second oldest. They're very, very close. Like you would see Andy like getting stuck with Eric whenever they're together. But it's still very much I'm a Young and you're my maknae kind of relationship. But they're very close. Shina is very close. I think that's also why BTS themselves mentioned that when they met Shina, they were like, "Oh, I hope we can last that long together," because they're very, very close. They love each other so much. Um, I would say like next to BTS, I would say Shina is the group that truly, truly love each other. Like they are like solid that they're together even when they are off screen. Okay, more of Jin. I wonder if it's because Jin is the youngest in his family. Could be that. Yeah, could be that. Suga is the youngest in his family though. Okay, and then that is Jin looking straight into his fan site, the fan site manager, and giving the fan site manager an opportunity to take his shots, her shots. So it's actually this one is a series, and even when he was about to walk away, he was still looking at her. So that's like, okay, take your shot, get your shots. Yeah, he does look very, very good. Okay, that's ALB. All right, and then we transition into Suga. Okay, I love all of his action pics, almost all of it. I love it. He is for me. I think I've said this in the last live stream. I think among rappers, um, he's one of the best when it comes to performance. Among all rappers, bar none, like regardless of the nationality, is one of the best performers when it comes to rappers. Okay, love his action pics on stage. Okay, just a little innocent looking during the ment. And then another action pic of him um, spitting his bars. Love it. Okay. And then more of him. Okay. I think he was splashing water to the audience here. I love my rap line. I love them too. Okay. More sugar. This is the same fan cam, by the way. Same fan base. Um, why do these men age backwards? Oh, where is it? There you go. I don't know. I hope they continue aging backwards. More sugar. Yoongi Sugar Baby. I don't know anyone who looks as good as BTS in a white shirt. True. That is true. Absolutely true. Okay. Sugar. This is August D, not Sugar. It is Sugar and August D. Okay. And okay, there. He's really getting buff. Well, V said that it's when he starts working out, he does get buff easy more than Jungkook actually, according to V. I lost it when they played Deng as a surprise song for D2 Busan. Oh, I absolutely love it. Okay. There you go. Angry. Very angry, Sugar. I- it's Delaney. He's so fine. He is very, very fine. Okay. More Sugar. Um, so I believe this is one of the fan bases that he actually acknowledges. Like he poses for this fan base a lot. Um, I think this is one of the fan bases that yes, there you go. So yes. So that's a picture of him actually looking at the fan base. So this is one of the ways they actually acknowledge their fan base when they look at them they straight into their cameras. Um Spring Day. Okay. So bye bye sugar. We move on to J Hope. I put someone requested that I actually put so last week's set of emotional support pics, I actually put it on Patreon. So let me know if you weren't able to see it. It is PowerPoint. So when I download it, I can download it as a PowerPoint. I thought I'd do it that way so that you can copy the picture. If I PDF it, then you're gonna have to screen cap everything. So it's easier if it's PowerPoint. So let me know if you didn't get it, but it's on Patreon. Okay, and I will upload this on Patreon as well. Okay, Suga is adorable. My expensive baby. J Hope. Another J Hope. Okay, this is Adonis, I think. If I'm correct. This is oh no, it's not. It's not an Adonis shot. Adonis is his fan base. Okay, so J Hope. I love the side profile, by the way. I've always loved his jawline. Okay. This is the during Dimple. So this is not a rap line song. So they were just having fun during the song. I was able to find some fan cams who were able to take a video of Jimin and Jungkook dancing to Dimple, at least a part of it. A part of it. But the rap line, since it wasn't really their song, they were just playing around. Okay. Okay. More of J Hope. Classic profile. J Hope looks like an anime character. He does. um, you couldn't download. Well, the only other ways if I upload it. Let me see. Maybe I can just upload the pictures. Okay, let me see if I can do that. Okay. J Hope. There you go. More J Hope. Hobie in tank top is a next level. Okay, so I did not do this. It's the fan base who actually did a super zoom in shot of J Hope. But I thought you'd appreciate it, so there you go. I saw fan cam of Hobie body roll during Dimple. Yeah, I have that as well. Okay, love the shot. This is a Adonis shot. So this is his favorite fan base. Okay, so bye bye, J Hope. That's our last shot of J Hope. I was mad the cameraman didn't capture much of the rappers during Deng. Okay. All right. And so this is RM who kept on pulling his shorts up. So I guess he wanted to show his legs. So I have like 20 pictures of him like holding his shorts up. So I was like, do you want us to like marvel at your legs? So there you go. I guess he wanted to show it. He had like 20 pictures from different fan cams. Like he was just holding them up. So I guess he wanted to show his thighs. So there you go. Enjoy his thighs. He wants to show it. Okay. So he works hard for that. So there you go. Um okay, and then RM not very happy. I'm sure he's happy. He's probably just an expression in his face. But because it's so cute, I actually zoomed in. So cute. Okay. RM. Multitasking. He was standing. He was standing. Okay. All right. Well, he wanted to show it. So I guess I thought, well, he wanted us to appreciate it, then we'll appreciate it. Okay. And then still RM, I've always loved his smile. And you can see he said this many times that he really loves being on stage. Like it's actually his favorite. He did say in the last live stream that he loves, not the last one, but one of the last live streams that they had, that he likes the days when they have performances more than the days when they don't. And it shows. He just glows on stage. So I hope he does it more. Okay. And also because of that, because of what he said, it kind of made me realize that maybe he really should tour. Maybe that's going to be good for him to interact with the fans all alone without the other six. Maybe he's going to discover something about himself. I'm sure he will discover something about himself. Jazzy, thank you. You are working hard. For those that follow you, I wish I can give you more. I would. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you, Jazzy. Thank you so much. Okay, and then there you go. You have you have the legs, you have the thighs, and then you have the arms, I guess. Okay. But I think if he tours, he's gonna do more intimate venues. I think so. He's gonna do more intimate venues. It fits him better, I think. I love when RM joins the Maknae line. Since he's in the middle, he can choose if he wants to be Young or Maknae. Okay, and then more of him. I was actually watching this video of them. I think it was during the Butter era when Jimin broke his mic and he was looking for a replacement. He didn't have an extra. And they started suddenly talking about head sizes. And Jimin was like asking them to look for an extra of RM's headset because he said he has a smaller head and Jimin has a small head. And like there was like an entire discourse on who has bigger heads or whatever. Okay. All right. And then more of RM. Namjoon is the indie artist that somehow found himself in charge of the biggest group in the world. Okay. That's RM for you. He was very bewildered and is to this day. Probably. Probably still like confused. What happened? This is not what I set out to do. Okay. Uh, RM. Okay. So, you can kind of see who are the fan bases that are actually appearing on my timeline. I'm very active in blocking fan bases that are just not someone I agree with. So if I don't like the fan base, I just immediately block it so that they don't end up in my timeline. The only problem is that sometimes someone's going to send me a screen cap of the picture. Okay. So if I accidentally show them, then just let me know. Okay. Can you share them? These pictures? Yeah, I'll share these pictures as well. Okay, that's RM for you. That is our leader, correct? Okay. Say bye-bye to RM. Bye, RM. We go to Jimin. What a shot, huh? What a shot. That's what I call the ultimate portrait. Okay. So there you go. That's Jimin for you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shot and beautiful profile, of course. It's a beautiful shot because it's a beautiful profile. It is Legolas in the making, correct? Give it about 6 months and he's going to be Legolas. Okay. And then you have also a beautiful shot. Oh my God. I don't know who took this. Oyukao. Oyukao? Oyukao. Okay. Beautiful shot. Dummy, thank you. Fairlane, they added one more day in Manila. You can get your ticket. We'll start a few minutes at 9 a.m. Manila. Ah, okay. Yes. I will try to get some tickets. Um, yes. All right. So we have that. We have that. Jimin, you have the zoom out, and then you have zoom in photo of him. Gorgeous, yes. If Fairlane block, she will only block for her. If a mod block, they block for the whole chat. Okay. A moderator. I've seen you guys mention that many times, but okay. Um More Jimin. Oh, you found a soft side eye from Jimin. It's always intimidating, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's Jimin for you. Correct smoldering for Jimin. Okay. That's another Jimin for you. A little bit of his braids. I guess he's trying to go easy on on the retouch for his hair. He is a living art, correct. Just a little bit more playful, Jimin. There you go. And this is not on stage, but by God, what a shot. What a picture, huh? Okay, this is from their music video. But the way that just the moment that was captured, what a shot. How do we get him to keep this hair forever? Okay, this is actually perfect time for Lador. I'm gonna have to say, perfect time for Lador. Okay, and more Jimin for you. Jimin is my muse. He is also the muse of Like, who's I haven't visited his exhibit. I should have, but I will this weekend. Okay, I was able to schedule some things around my life to make it easier for me. Okay, so that's Jimin, more Jimin for you. I love the hooligan outfit. Me too. Okay. That's Jimin for you. And I think this is my last Jimin picture. I just thought go crazy with his veins. Some people like it. Okay. They really a lot of people he drove a lot of people crazy with his tank top, but there you go. We don't really see this side of him because it's always like a lot of his fan bases make him very, very smooth, very he's very veiny actually. Okay, don't worry. I have more pictures of him in the tank top. So next time, that arm, yes. Okay, so more veins for you. I love his braids. Okay, there you go. Perfect doll. He is perfect. Um, and there you go. I promise that we are going to have a shot, a picture of a BTS member and their abs, and there you have it. That's the okay. I'm glad the stylist. So this was during sound check, I believe. Probably not, but that's there for you. Okay. If I keep it there for about 10 minutes, you guys are okay, right? I can go. I can go get coffee. And you can just stare. But yeah, so thank one of his fan bases sent it to me. I'm sorry I don't live in the Philippines, but I hope I can get a ticket from LA. Okay, they're also handsome. Okay. All right. And wow, props to the person who took the picture. Oh my god, perfect. Perfect picture for to of Te. It's just my god, beautiful. Beautiful picture of Te. I actually have a pic of Te abs as my desktop happy day every day. Okay, another beautiful shot. Perfect. Button fly Levi's 501 and tanks. Okay, so should we start tagging Levi's? Okay, beautiful picture of Te. Perfect, perfect moment. Captured in the perfect moment. Okay, that's the same jacket. Great action Te. Great action Te action shots. Yes. Yes. Great shots. And then he goes tank top era. And that is uh, his boxy smile. And another picture of Te. Yoongi and Jimin are Slytherins. They are Slytherins according to RM. It's actually interesting how more of them have become introverted, I guess. Still V. I'm surprised Levi's hasn't jumped in. Should we start tagging? Okay. And I think this is my last picture of him. I believe. V. Tae and Hobie as Hufflepuff. No, this is my last picture of him. Okay. I just love how casual it is. He's very fancy on all the other pictures, but this time in a white shirt and he still looks so good. So just it means that you can actually put him on anything. It still really looks good. Um, Became a member of Rise and Shine. Thank you. Thank you, Nap. Sorry, I still have more pictures of me. Okay, it's just easy to photograph. Okay, more picture of V. And say goodbye to V as we move on to JK. Okay. So simple picture, but I still love it. Just because I can see his almost his entire body. I'm still so curious about his tattoo. Huh? Why was he there? Okay. This is all supposed to be JK now. So I guess I didn't arrange it well. Okay, there you go. JK. Playing with fire. Perfect shot. Perfect timing. My I other sweetie baby I want to adopt him to. Okay. So I included this picture so that you can screen cap it and then complete his heart. So he's obviously making a heart sign with someone, completing someone's heart sign. So then you can make it yours. So screen cap it so that you can complete his heart sign. How's that? We need JKCK tank top pics. Oh, you want? Oh, there's a lot. I also have pictures of him without the tank top. From CK. From CK. They published it, by the way. Okay. So him singing, because I always love him singing. Um, More of JK looking at the armies. I think he was looking at the butterfly here. Oh, no, no. He was looking at armies. Okay. So same shot. One continuous shot. You love that picture? I love that picture too. A Brown. Taya has been my ultimate bias for day one. Okay, so I included this shot because this is one of my favorite moments in the show when he grabs the drone and actually use it to shoot himself, V, and then Jimin. So that's him grabbing it. I hope that he continues doing this. Okay. I love that he takes control of it. Okay, more of the drone. JK and his pet drone. Um, and then still more of him and the drone. I think this is just the moment before, right before he lets go of it. Uh, okay, and then there you go. I think this is my last JK picture. I think, and then the next one will be unit pictures. Okay, more unit pictures of them. You can when we can see his dimple. Okay, so we have Yoonmin um, series here. I love this expression of Suga. Whenever someone gives him like affection, that's his favorite expression. He's unable to like he doesn't know how to react. OT7, thank you. OT7 ATW lemon carrot, thank you. OT7 ATW, I appreciate you. Okay, so more of that, Yunmin. No time for Gemini. I guess no time for Gemini. I can do it next time. Okay, and then more of the Yunmin couple. Okay, Yunmin, he does the drone grab during Run BTS. Okay, so this is the shot. So as you know, whenever he does the drone grab, it's usually that part when it's Tae and him doing the that part where it's the two of them. So this is a beautiful shot because they were able to capture that moment when he actually grabs it, and you can also see Te reacting to the drone grab. So that's him singing, showing V, and I think this is the moment when he's looking for Jimin because usually Jimin is at the back, so he has to like look for him to put him on shot on the view of the drone. Love the picture. I love them too. Okay. And then Peggy, OT7 jeans and tank top pics would be great. Oh, just okay. OT7. Yeah, I think I have for all of them. I think I have a few. The fewest would be Suga, but I do have him on tank top. Yeah, I think I can do that. Just jeans and tank top. Yeah. Yep. I can do that. Okay, and then OT7 picks. So we're going to end with OT7 picks. 10 matching Sugar's energy. Okay, OT7 picks is where we're going to be ending. More OT7 picks. I have two more OT7 picks or one more. I love when all BTS seven members all play together. Um, and then yeah, so they were singing One More Night the first time here. This is when they first performed One More Night. Okay, and this is my final pick of the OT7, just a comparison from their very first official fan meet. So just to clarify, they had a mini fan meet, which happened in a mall, one of the like corners of a small like store. Even it's not even a mall, like a store. So that was like the first unofficial fan meet, and then this is the one on top is the first official fan meet, and there were like I think 40 people in the fan meet. Suga actually made a gift for each of them, and I'm still wondering where those 40 are, if any of those 40 members, 40 fans that actually attended the fan meet, if they're still a fan to this day. Would be nice to actually talk to one of them just to like for them to relive the experience or whatever it is that they can remember of that day. But I think it's just amazing where they came from. So the top one was 2013, and then the one at the below is actually 2014. So just the two in itself, the comparison between the first and the second was is big enough in and of itself. And then you see them on the other picture where it's an entire stadium. What a journey, huh? What a journey for them. I love how happy RM looked. I want a documentary with those 40. I know, right? It would be nice to actually find them. Okay, so we can do updates, and then I guess I can just do Google Gemini next time. Let's do some updates. But do you have questions? I will try to upload this. Not try. I will upload this. If you can't open it with PowerPoint, let me know. Maybe I can just upload the pictures. I want to see BTS in concert so sad I didn't go to Vegas. Why? BTS 7 have good hearts. I love them. Question about the Grammy thing. Do you think BTS will submit something for the Asian pop category or will forgo it to avoid being confined to labels? I think they will. I don't think it's an opportunity that they will miss. If they're going to submit one, might as well submit for all the categories that they actually belong to. It's a very specific category. It will only allow songs of Asian people or Asian acts that have an Asian language in them. So naturally, swim is excluded, but it doesn't mean that it is excluded in the major category. So the answer, I think, is yes. I think they're going to submit some songs for that. Yeah, I think they will. They will. I definitely they're not that category does not mean they cannot submit to other categories. So I think they're going to take advantage of that. Um, but also, as I've said in my video, which I published this morning, as I've said in my video, I think through the years I've come to realize that Grammy is one of the many groups that recognize artists in general, but they're not the organization. Like they're not the most prestigious organization. Um, I mean, they're positioned that way, but they're not. Like they're one of the many. They're still valuable. And I'm sure that the boys are going to be happy if they win. But I also like personally, I just think that there's so many biases. There's so many things that come into play when they do the voting. Biases, connections, networks, promotions. Many of these members of the academy, they actually belong to a label. So it's natural for them to vote for people that they know. So the ones with the bigger labels will naturally have the bigger advantage. And unfortunately, BTS is just not someone that plays politics. I mean, in the last AMA, they themselves said that although they entertained the thought of actually going to the party, which would have been a good networking opportunity for them, they still forgo. They just stayed in their hotel, decided to go on live with armies, and I'm happy because that's for us, right? I mean, that is that's a gain for us. But had they decided to go to that party and get to know more people, I think it also would have worked. I also would have welcomed it because that's networking. It's just that they're not the kind of people that, at least based on what we're seeing. And they themselves said it, right? Like they entertain the thought of going to a party and they're like, no, let's just stay home. I mean, stay in their hotel. So I think that's proof eternal that, I mean, if they are in there to win this, like if they are making an active push to win this, I think they would have taken the opportunity to actually network that day. They did not. So, and look at what they're doing, like in their spare time. And this is according to their own stories, according to their own accounts. I'm not assuming this. They're saying it. They're saying that they either stay in their hotels to rest, to do gaming, or they spend time with each other. They play pickleball. They go to museums with each other. They're like V and J Hope have said that they explore the city, they shop, they try different restaurants together, and they post pictures of that. And then the others are staying in their hotels to rest. So if they are making an active push to really win the Grammys, they're going to network. And someone, I am assuring you, someone has already advised them to do that. I mean, Nicole was actually there in Colombia. So she knows this business. That's why she was pushing for an all English album because she knows. So, but they're not doing it. So I think it's kind of like, nice to have for them, but it's not something that they're actively like aiming for. And again, this is not an assumption on my part. This is something they said. I think that for them, their primary goal is to figure out a way on how they can do this for a long time. Like really beyond, even beyond this tour. They're looking for like, how do we navigate this? They have individual needs as artists. They definitely, I think, want to release solo works, at least some of them, if not all of them, but probably all of them. And they still want it. So I think that's what they're more like. That's where their concentration on. They're concentrating on like, how do we navigate this now? I think that's where they're focused. So, so let's see. But it would still be a nice trophy to win, but I don't think they're the ultimate. They're a good. It's valuable, but not the most valuable recognition. Okay. So Come Over actually debuted with more than 5 million streams on Spotify's filtered. Unfiltered, so 5.3.15 million streams. Unfiltered, it was more than 7 million. It is currently predicted. Has it gone in? It hasn't, right? So so it's currently predicted to go into Billboard Hot 100 if it hasn't already. It's not, right? It would be next week. Okay. So the prediction is that it's going to end up at around 60. Come Over, if you can see that. Come Over, there you go. So 58. And then do you think some agencies knew beforehand? Some agencies knew beforehand. Beforehand what? They knew what? They knew what? Okay. All right. So, and then they are opening BTS the City Arirang in London. So for if there's any European here, it's your chance to experience BTS the City in London. If you, it's not open. I went to the site. So if you go to 2026 BTS, 2026bts.com, I think. So there's a link there, and it's not active yet, but they are announcing that it's already that is happening for London. So enjoy it. But the pop up for Madrid is already open. Oh, the new categories for Grammy. No, I don't think so. I think Nicole was recommending it because that's what she thinks will push the group for better exposure to general audience. Okay, but that's speculation. I don't know, Nicole. All right. And then they are going to release the third. This is the third time they're going to be releasing BTS lyrics inside. They've had two already, limited release. So I would suggest if you want to get a copy of this one, buy it as soon as it is published because they do not republish. They don't, that's it. Once they run out, once it's sold out, it's sold out. So try to get a copy as soon as you can. BTS lyrics inside. Okay. So this one is going to be songs from Proof and the most beautiful moments in life. Okay, so that includes Boy with Love, Magic Shop, Life Goes On, Yet to Come, We Are Bulletproof Eternal. Okay. And then they're also going to release a recipe book. I don't really cook, but if you're interested in trying to replicate one of their dishes, go ahead. They're going to release that. This is also their third, I think, recipe book or second, probably third. Okay, so these are some of the publications that they had. So those are the first and second versions, first and second releases of BTS lyrics inside. And then they have the travel book, and they have also it's the third. So they have the first and the second recipe book. They have Learn Korean with BTS, Talk with BTS, Learn Korean with Tiny Tan. So these are some of their publication. Of course, they have My BTS Diary. I was so angry with the diary thing because I wanted to buy one. It was sold out. But yeah, these are some of the publications that they've released so far. BTS 13th anniversary concert draws 110,000 for Busan. So this is the release of BTS. I've mentioned before that there are two numbers that are going to be officially recognized. One is the one that they submit for Polestar. That does not include production releases, any other number extra tickets that they release, but the one that Big Hit actually releases includes some of the production tickets. Okay, so 110, that would be 55,000 a day. Um, and so this is where we are if we only count the number that is being released by Big Hit, not the number of Polestar. So just taking in the number being released by Big Hit, we are currently at 1.1 million tickets sold. If we put the average ticket price at $150 per ticket, we would be at 174 million in gross revenue. If we put it at 175, it would be 183,458,000 US dollars. As you know, whenever I do my estimates, it's always conservative when it comes to revenue. Okay, and then that's it. Those are my updates for news and updates. And I guess we're going to do Google Gemini next Monday. Okay, the number looks conservative. It's very conservative. I always do that when it comes to revenue. Always conservative. Okay, so thank you for being with me. Do you have questions? I have like 40 seconds because the cheaper tickets were like 150. Yes, I know. I always do conservative. Always. Is it already the biggest K-pop tour? Not yet. So the biggest K-pop tour would be 2 million something, I guess. 185, something like that. But once they go halfway, they will be the biggest tour already. So we're going to be smashing it by like 300 million, I think, the record by 300, 400 million, something like that. Okay. Have they ever been to an award party? No, they've never gone. Okay, bye everybody. Thank you for being with me. And see you for the members. See you on Friday. So this will be for Legacy Tanzanite and for YouTube members. And then for the rest of you, I'll see you Monday. Thank you. Bye.